Do your anxieties ever become threatening? Doubts, anxiety, and worries are all perfectly acceptable feelings. However, natural anxiety can become a problem if it persists and is challenging to manage. Before starting the video, please like this video, do subscribe and turn on the notification to our channel for future updates. In this video, we're gonna talk about top 10 ways to stop worrying. 10. Make your decision and never look back. Have you ever been in a situation where you made a choice only to later question whether or not it was the right one? Of course you have. It's difficult not to question if you have made the proper decision and whether there may yet be an opportunity to go in a different direction. However, keep in mind the following. Since you've already made your choice, you should now act decisively in accordance with it and let go of any concern you may have regarding it. You are not permitted to pause for second thought, hesitation, or to go back over your previous actions. Once you've decided on a course of action, you should remain steadfast and never deviate from it. In the event that you discover at a later time that you're going in the incorrect way, there will be time for you to reevaluate what is that you are doing. Stop worrying about the future consequences of your recent decision until that time comes. 9. Live for today. Pack things up in day-tight compartments. You're probably familiar with the sensation of lying awake in the wee hours of the morning, tossing, turning, and fretting over something that has happened or something that might happen. You need day-tight containers so that you can stop thinking about meaningless things. In the same way that a ship has many watertight compartments, you may create your own day-tight ones as a means of focusing your attention solely on the here and now. The rule is straightforward. Events from the past or those that might take place in the future are not allowed to impact the here and now. Everything else must either wait its turn for the box that will be delivered tomorrow or remain rooted in the past. 8. Embrace the worst-case scenario and strategize to offset it. Asking yourself, what's the worst thing that could happen when you're scared about something can help put things in perspective. Could you lose your job, be jailed, get killed? No matter how bad things get, it's unlikely that the end of the world will result. You could even be able to come out on top as a result of it. If you were to, for instance, lose your job, there is always the possibility of finding another. You'll have a sense of serenity once you've come to terms with the worst-case situation and begun formulating strategies for other outcomes. First things first, jot down the most pressing problems you have. After that, jot down the probable outcomes of those occurrences, followed by at least 3 potential solutions to the problems caused by those outcomes or strategies to deal with them. It's possible that you have more resources available to you than you realize right now. 7. Put a lid on your worrying. In other instances, we worry unnecessarily over unfavorable thoughts and sensations, when simply removing ourselves from the situation would be much more beneficial to our mental health. Try out this approach that comes directly from the world of stock traders to make alleviating that worry a little bit easier. It's called the stop-loss order, and it entails purchasing shares at a certain price and then monitoring how their price develops. If things continue to go poorly and the share price reaches a predetermined threshold, the shares will be sold off immediately. This prevents the loss from escalating to an even greater amount. You can put a stop-loss order on things that bring you stress and sadness in the same way in order to learn how to stop worrying and start living. This will allow you to stop worrying and start living. 6. Fake it till you make it. Happiness. That is, although we can't directly control how we feel, we may encourage a shift in our emotional state by altering the way we think and behave. If you're feeling down or depressed, put on a huge smile and whistle a happy melody. This will make you feel better. If you put on a happy front, it will be nearly impossible for you to feel down. However, you don't need to show it on the outside. All you need to do is imagine happier things instead of acting cheerful. Well, do you like what you're seeing so far? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep watching because you don't want to miss what we have at the #1 spot. 5. Give for the joy of giving. When we show generosity toward others, we frequently do so with the hope of receiving gratitude in return. However, if you keep such high expectations for yourself, you will most likely be let down. Samuel Leibovitz, a prominent lawyer, was one individual who was acutely aware of this truth. Throughout the course of his career, Leibovitz was responsible for preventing 78 individuals from being executed by electrocution. Take a guess at how many people thanked him. None. When you are kind to someone, you shouldn't expect to be thanked for. Instead, you should derive your own pleasure from the act. 4. Dumb envy. Enjoy being uniquely you. Your genes are absolutely unique. Even if another person had the same parents as you did, there is still 1 in 300,000 billion that they will have a child who's an exact genetic match to you. In spite of this mind-boggling reality, many of us harbor the mistaken belief that the life is better on the other side of the fence and secretly wish we could switch places with someone else. But there is no use in continuing to live your life in this manner. Learn how to let go of your worries and get on with your life by embracing the things that make you special and taking the time to get to know the real you. 3. Haters will hate. It just means you're doing it right. It's a good sign that you've accomplished something significant if others find fault with what you've done. In point of fact, let's take it a step further and think about this. The more you're criticized, the more likely it is that you're an influential and prominent person. When someone puts you down in the future, try not to let it affect you too much. Put an end to your anxiety over criticism and view it as a compliment instead. Now, if you keep hearing the same negative comments from different people, it may be time to take a look at what you're doing or how you're acting in order to figure out why you're receiving this feedback. Because there's always room for growth in every aspect of life. You should never be hesitant to modify your perspective when it's required. 2. Learn to rest before you get tired. The consensus among scientists is that the feelings are the most common factor in exhaustion. And it works the other way around too. Weariness causes additional worries and negative feelings, which is why it's necessary to understand how to prevent both fatigue and anxiety at the same time. Therefore, it should be obvious that while you're learning how to quit worrying and start living, one of the most important things you can do is to learn to relax regularly before you feel weary. If you don't find a solution to your problem, your anxieties and exhaustion will only keep piling up. When you are calm and at ease, worrying is physically impossible, and getting sufficient rest on a regular basis helps you keep your capacity for hard work intact. One way to rest is to take a nap. Another is to go for a walk in the park, and yet another is to curl up on the couch with a nice book. Find a method of rest that allows you to get the most out of your body and mind's specific needs. 1. Get organized and enjoy your work. There are very few things in life that may bring about more suffering than being forced to toil away at a job that one despises each and every day. If this is the case, it stands to reason that you shouldn't choose a career path that you despise or even only find unpleasant. Suppose, however, that you already have employment. How can you make it less stressful and more pleasurable for yourself? A desk that is piled high with unread emails and memos is bound to foster anxieties. So cultivating strong working habits and remaining organized is one method to combat this. So, that's it for today's video. What do you think of the number 1 spot? Hit us up in the comments and let's chat. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for our channel so you never miss what's coming next from us. Thanks for watching!